I'm never really prepared for what little philosophy crap or whatever Monica wants to throw at me at the start of every one of these. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of that humble internet. My name is Ryan, aka the Rhyme Man. If you're hearing my words, then it means the melatonin didn't kick in yet. And it seems to be the stasis for these videos as of lately. Well, that's because I'm trying to do this after I get home from work rather than during my actual weekend. Also, just trying to get some of the more easy stuff, the visual novel stuff done and out of the way, just a little teeny tiny bit, so I can make room during my weekend, which is coming up very, very shortly. I forgot where I'm going with this. We're doing easy stuff now, so I can do the more actual labor-intensive stuff later. Oh, we're reading poems. We're reading poems! Over the past few days, ever since I fucking finished Spec Ops The Line, my brain has just been slowly diving into madness. You wanna know what's not helping? You wanna know what's not helping? Me playing the R3T20 from War Thunder and trying to spade that. That is a mixed bag all on its own. Let's start with Yuri! Let's see what you've written for today. Where's my cute, hot, shy girl, huh? Ellipses. Ellipses. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Ryan, I'm stunned. How is it possible that you're already this skilled at writing? I don't know. It's not like I had an entire couple of other playthroughs already to help get this shit down. My god, so wait, there was you, see, and then we're back here. We're on at least fucking, what, four go-throughs. 4 go-throughs. I have how many hours again with this game? Bring it up. 32.6 hours. 32.6 hours. How? Why? I keep coming back! It was but a day ago that I was trying to give you advice, and now you've already seemed to master it. Would you like advice? Perhaps you're a good teacher. I really took your advice to heart and tried to compose a great piece with that in mind. Yuri visibly swallows. She coils a slender lock of her hair around her finger, twirling it nervously. You thought of me? Sorry, was that weird? Would it be less weird if I borrowed your pen first? No, I am... how do I word this? It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Having someone value my opinion like that. I know it might sound foolish, but the fact that I was able to inspire you is incredibly humbling. And I suppose in a way it just makes me really happy. Wait, surely you've shared your writing with others before, right? Yuri shakes her head. Seriously? You're really talented, so I would have thought you have shown your writing to others. I primarily write for myself. And besides, I highly doubt people would seriously enjoy my writing. Do you really think that? Yuri nods solemnly. You really haven't shared it with anyone else? Not even your close friends? Ellipses? Yuri doesn't respond to that. If I just made a shirt... ... would that sell? Or if I just throw on the word ellipses? I don't know. Not enough people watch my shit to me warrant fucking marketing. God, if I fucking made t-shirts, what would it be? Oh god, I can't make a shirt that says hop on the bang bus. That's a bumper sticker, first of all. And second of all, you can't make that a bumper sticker. You can't slap on your car, hop on the bang bus. Oh, I'm tired. I wonder why. Anyway, could I take a look at your poem now? Yeah. Yes, of course. If you really want to see it.
Yeah. Resist. A whimsical, tiny... I'm gonna have some trouble reading her fucking cursive. Oh no. Serious friend sleeps along my amber bookin', dreaming about a sanguine day where mirrored, slindered lampposts play. She beckons me, her hand extends, piercing pupils readily rend, as her channels bend and twist, cautiously held above the wrists. You know what? We're just going to try to read through this, and we're not going to try to read further into what it could possibly be talking about. I have a slight idea! We're not going to get into that right now. However, she finds her advances shun, always crackling, always stunned, never able to draw the lance across my arms. She's never okay. Starting to really think it's kind of obvious what she might be talking about. And if you think something different, or if we're thinking the same thing, I don't know if we're on the same wavelength, I don't know. Perhaps it would be far for the best if I laid her down to rest, whilst I haven't given in to painful pleading from within. I think that it might be smart to save the song of fumbling hearts, lest tears make a dismally fall and answer her virulent call. Oh, so pretty! And very deep. I'm not I have an idea what some of that shit could have meant, and I don't know if it's because I've been going through poetry too much as of late. Look, I have this weird thing where the more tired my brain gets, the more languages it seems to understand. I can't explain it. I was one time watching Don go through Cyberpunk, and I was somehow able to understand binary. Fucking binary! So I think I'm starting to understand the language they're showing to be here.
I felt a bit guilty after yesterday's argument with Natsuki. I want to experiment with my style a bit more. Hopefully it's not too confusing.
No, it's fine. Even if it's a bit more involved than yesterday, I still like it. I'm noticing a lot more symbolism as well. I don't want to assume anything, but the tone of this poem, I'm not sure how to describe it. I might have a few ideas.
Yes, I really wanted to test my abilities in creative expression. I didn't go too far, did I?
No, it's really good. I just don't know if I'm good enough at this to deduce the meaning.
If I had to explain it, I'd say it's about a closely guarded secret.
I can't imagine what that might be. If I had a webcam on, you wouldn't see me just make-believe rolling up a fucking sleeve while I get out one of my machete. Not at all!
I imagine everyone has a little something like that. Something they're forced to keep to themselves for fear of ridicule.
Oh, you have no idea!
It's nice to be able to write about that sort of thing every now and then.
If it's something you enjoy doing, shouldn't you write about it more?
Well, it's not that simple. It's something I'm uncomfortable talking about. I'm not sure people would understand. If anyone were to find out about it...
I'm sure it would cut deep. I guess as long as it's not hurting anyone, people shouldn't pry.
Do you think so? Ellipses? So sorry, I was just thinking of something. It's a good point, though. Best I can do is try to embrace my own weirdness, right? Otherwise, I think I'd hate myself. Sorry to keep you so long. Thank you for allowing me to ramble. There aren't many people in this world like you, right?
Oh, Christ on a fucking pogo stick into me. Whatever powers in the universe that may be, thank them for that!
When I share my writing with you, I feel like you genuinely care about what I have to say. It's nice having someone who listens.
That might be a bit much to say, wouldn't it?
It's just, I'm not really used to it. I rarely feel comfortable about my writing, let alone with the idea of sharing it. But with you, it just feels so easy. It's nice. Thank you for helping me with that, Ryan.
It's nothing, really. Just so I can maybe see what's beyond these fucking walls in this mod! Yuri shows me a genuine smile. A newfound sense of self-confidence seems to sparkle behind her eyes, if only just for a moment. Why don't we keep with the order? Next is Natsuki! Ellipses. This changing of my voice constantly. I don't know how actual voice actors who are good at voice acting fucking do it, mate. My throat is starting to hurt, yo. Well, it's better than your last one, but I still don't like it. It's trying too hard to be serious. Huh? What the fuck do you mean? Poems don't need to be cryptic and deep-sounding to be good. It'll just sound super dumb if you don't suck at it. Honestly, don't try to write like this unless you're on Yuri's level. What if I'm trying to be on Yuri's level? It's called practice! Natsuki pauses as if she just realized something. Oh, don't tell me. Huh? You're just writing this to impress Yuri, aren't you? I don't know anymore. I just got done with a War Thunder match where I flanked people and shot them up with an R3. I don't know what's real in this world anymore. Yeah, writing exactly how Yuri would write. She would love crap like this. You know what? No. Natsuki shoves my poem back at me. I don't want to do this with you anymore. I don't want to do this with me either. If you wrote a poem for someone else, don't show it to me. Ellipses! Well, that just happened! I guess this was destined to happen. I guess. I never really understood what Natsuki tries to get out of me. At least she wasn't the girl I was trying to impress. Well, okay! Sayori? I forgot what I do with your voice again. Ooh! Oh, I really like this one, Ryan. I think it's somewhere mixed between someone kind of valley and simple with someone with autism, you know? You know? I really like this one, Ryan. Better than yesterday's, huh? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Sorry. I'm probably not the best person to get feedback from. Monica once told me it's impossible to really rate a poem because they're so subjective. So I just judge poems through my heart. I guess I look for how the poem makes me feel. I hope that helps. Sort of. I guess some feedback is better than no feedback, right? Right! Speaking of feedback, do you want to read my poem now? Sure. Oh god. It's bottles. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. There's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. Am I reading a poem or am I reading the ramblings of a madman NPC I would come across in fucking Skyrim? And I put a bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts in a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Okay, I'm starting to delve into madness. Each bottle's a starlight makes amends. Oh, I think I found a fucking rhyme in there somewhere. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Hey, wait a minute! This is a Catholic Minecraft server. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like a time lapse. My empty shell could use some more. My friend looked through the front door. Finally all done, I open up and in comes my friend. In comes in a hurry. Either one about all mine. I frantically pull them on the shell one after another, holding them all with each and every friend. Each and every bottle, every shell, shadow again until you see my feet. Have the heart, have the see how the
I apologize. Sometimes if I go a little too overboard with insanity, I delve back into fucking Mountain Man. You wanna know what didn't help? It's me playing Unturned again. That's what brought the Mountain back. That's what brought the Mountain Man back. And if you are a certain group of friends, you know what I'm talking about. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. I now have fucking cancer in my left eyeball from that reading. Wow, Sayori! I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Remember, I said I write the best poem ever yesterday. Well, here it is. After all, Monica has taught me a lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. So that's what this poem's about? I suppose that much was obvious, unlike Yuri's and Monica's poems. Sayori's are relatively simple to figure out. So, if I've interpreted this correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy. Yay! You got it! I really enjoyed writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out on the paper and turning them into a poem. It's like magic! I haven't done that fucking motion in a while. I don't have the webcam on. I'm not going to turn the webcam on. You're not going to know what I'm talking about. Well, I think it's amazing. You should really be proud of it. Haha, thank you, Ryan. That means a lot. I didn't think that was good, though. Nah, it's great, seriously. Can't help but notice that the latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. In fact, it's somewhat alarming. Very dark contrast from the cheeriness that I'm used to with Sayori. Although, maybe I'm looking into this a little too much, but the end of the poem is pretty dark? And you said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking. Is everything okay? Of course, silly! I forgot to tell you, I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or just sad. A mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style. Ah, okay. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Well, either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby. Of course, and hopefully you'll be able to stick with it. So I look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, no guarantees there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. Wow, look at the time! Hi, Monica! Oh, hi again, Ryan. I'm trusting that the club's been doing you well. Same answer as yesterday. That's nice to hear. So how's the writing going? Alright, I guess. Just alright? No, I guess I should say that it's revolutionized my world and brought color into my previously lifeless life.
Well, I say that, but the club, if not the poetry, really has made my day more interesting.
Okay, can it with the sarcasm, mister.
Monica, you'd think you'd be used to it by now with me!
At least you're not hating it, though, right?
Nah, it's been an interesting experience at the least. Gives me a new hobby to do.
I'm happy that you're applying yourself at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica.
Ellipses.
Pressurized, I float there, in vast, hollow emptiness. Large, but small. Grandiose and overwhelming, yet a dust mote. Drifting. Meandering, carried along in endless void. Man, you really wasted a lot of fucking paper to get to this void part, girl. But then I realize, my eyes open, bloodshot. My mouth opens, gasping for breath in this crushing, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating vacuum of torment. Oh my god, what the fuck? There's more. Atmosphere. Pascal. Tor. Screaming with no mouth. And do not smash your good mouse. I came this close to smashing something in the smithereens over me remembering I have no mouth and I must scream. Stretching, restraining, unrelenting. Did I actually break my mouse? Oh, did I crush it too much? Okay, I fixed it. Clawing with no nails. Disintegrating in a suffocating poem of absence. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really, freeform, too, if that's what you call it.
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you, at least.
Yeah, you could say that they're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kinda like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem.
You know what, now I totally get it. Props to you!
It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really sort of makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves it disordinate in tone with the reader.
I see. I guess that there's a lot of things you can do with poetry.
Definitely. Poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never-before-seen combination of words to interpret the world around you.
You really love poetry, huh? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday.
That's not a bad idea.
Anyway, still hard for me to tell what your poem's about.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway...
Here we go! This is what I fucking crave!
Here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
When you read it with me, you gotta have your fucking hand out there, just like Monica's.
Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Now, we've all had to experience that at this point with the poetry discussions and all, but it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. If you find other people who enjoy writing, though, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving.
Yeah, it definitely is more helpful getting real criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. Fucking Natsuki! I guess I've really hit the mother lode with the literature club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yay! I remember her lines! That makes me overly joyous. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Natsuki?
Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet.
Girl, I have not made popcorn for this fucking throwdown. Oh no. I can feel a storm coming. Do you feel that? Baz is right outside that fucking door. You get an extra point if you know what I'm just referencing. Fuck it, I'll just say, I miss you, best friend Saibatsu. I miss you. If the best friends Saibatsu can't remain best friends, what hope do we have for the rest of us? Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. She's still angry with Yuri. It wouldn't be out of character for her to be. Although, judging by Monika and Yuri's anxious expressions, I feel like something else is amiss.
So, Natsuki, if I may...
How about we do this tomorrow instead? I'm not feeling well. Oh no, she's got the goof! No! That's a straight up lie. All y'all chicks would be in sync! It's my time of the month! Well, that explains the fucking vampires hanging out the window. I can practically see Monika internally face-palming. Natsuki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore.
Is that so? I'm sorry. You must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today.
You don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. That's nature! I can definitely share tomorrow.
Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your poem, would you like to see mine?
Eh?
I wrote it thinking of our argument the other day. I suppose that I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared, as a way of repenting. I know that it's not much, but hopefully this can contribute to our reconciliation between us. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to consider you a friend. And friends forgive each other.
I'm gonna fucking cry, dog.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
The moment has passed.
I'm sorry if that's presumptuous of me to say.
No, it's not presumptuous of you to say that. Because I like to consider you a friend too. So you can hand over that poem, then. With a shy smile, Yuri hands the sheet of paper in her hands over to Natsuki. This is just like out of the romantic paperback novel that I'm writing. As Natsuki reads the poem, her eyes widen. You're writing using rhyme and stuff, like me?
You could say that you convinced me to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry.
Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Thanks, Yuri. It's awesome. That's not speechless, girl.
There's really no need to thank me.
This is such a touching moment. We can all be friends. After I just mentioned the Zaibatsu, this has given me hope. These fictional fucking characters. Well, I'm really glad that I got to know you. And I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow.
Then I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope that you feel better tomorrow as well, so that you could share your work with me then.
Ha! Yeah, of course. That was a crisis and a half avoided. I'm really glad that Natsuki and Yuri worked things out, and it seems that Monica and Sayori feel the same way.
It's good to see everyone's getting along. Now that we're done sharing, though, I have something to discuss with you all.
Here comes the fucking festival.
There's a great opportunity for expanding the clubs that's coming up.
Is this about the festival?
You could say that.
Ugh, do we really have to do something? It's only in a few days, so it's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good.
Yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such little time left to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good enough to attract new members.
Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves.
Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I can design some pamphlets to hand out at the event, and Sayori made posters to put up around the school.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on a poetry performance.
A fucking what?
Monica. Everyone's going to choose one poem to recite out loud. It doesn't have to be written by you, as long as you put your heart into it, the recitation. Although, of course, it'd be great if you could show off your own work. And the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up with and recite their poems too.
Yeah, I put thing on posters that said, bring your own poems. It's gonna be so cool.
Sayori, knowing that this should not end in horrific violence and horror. Yeah, this can only go. This can only be fan-fucking-tastic. We get all these other fucking characters that the developers of this mod put in come up and do shit. Oh God! Sayori pulls out a poster of her bag and holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you start putting those posters up already.
Well, I did. Do you really think that it's that bad of an idea?
Well, you didn't even ask us before you started advertising. We never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys! Yes, let's please calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But I still think we should try our best. Look around.
Monica motions to all of us.
We're all here because we have a passion for literature and this club. Don't you want to share that passion with other people to inspire them to pursue their inner writer?
Yeah! It's all about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun.
Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. Natsuki and Yuri, on their hand, remain silent. Guess that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. As Monica said, we're all here because we care about the club and want to see it flourish. And if that means if all that means is a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage. Sayori Monica faces light up as I finish speaking.
Hey, it isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just, do we really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members. It's because people aren't just narrow-minded. It's because people are just narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who's to say this festival will be any different?
I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monica. I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers.
Well, at least you and Natsuki have proven they can agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes closed as she rubs her temples.
Look, Guys, I know you're anxious. I understand that, I really do. But to be honest with you, I'm a little bit more nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Natsuki, if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're lovely people. They won't judge you for your tastes. I've known them for a few years, trust me. Does that technically include me? Oh god, does that technically include me? Oh god. Natsuki huffs, turning away. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems to each other in the club?
No way!
Monica? This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? But
Monica, there's just gotta be something else we can do. Yuri nods vigorously in Natsuki's words, anxiety written all over her face. I've got it! You do the banners, you do the cupcakes, you don't kill yourself!
But guys... No, Shiori, it's okay. If you guys really think we can do better than a poetry performance, then I'll gladly go along with an alternative. So, any ideas?
An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Shiori finally speaks up.
Oh, we could...
Battle Royale! Shiori stops and thinks to herself for a moment.
Wait, no. Never mind. That wouldn't work.
Once again, the room falls silent.
Well then, I guess we can't come up with something different after all.
Monica laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room.
I know you guys might not be the most on board with this idea, but I think it's our best option. Please, guys, please.
Can you stop pressuring us? I'm honestly surprised when Suzuki's putting up such resistance. I knew she was a little hot-headed, but even still. Monica, you're about to fling yourself off the screen!
I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki.
Both of them have raised their voice. Yuri looks a little startled, and Shiori looks anxious to intervene.
Oh, wow, guys! Please! There's no need to get angry. Can't we just discuss this normally?
Monica reflects on Shiori's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. I keep forgetting it's like I'm surrounded by a bunch of women.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just, this festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I've always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you were both a little apprehensive when Ryan joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face,
and now they can't get enough of this! She smiles warmly at me.
But look, he's integrating really well. He's made the effort to get to know us and our individual writing styles.
She turns to Yuri.
And Yuri, remember at the start when he asked you for a book recommendation?
Yuri nods. Monica shoots her an annoying smile.
Must have been lovely being able to share a book you're so passionate about with a new person, right? Yes, it was enjoyable discussing it with you, Ryan.
I don't think Yuri's opened her eyes for the past 10 minutes. Yeah, likewise. It isn't something I normally read, so without you, it would have gone unnoticed.
See, guys? Maybe we'll find more people who are just into horror, Yuri. More like-minded people. Now, come on. Tell me that isn't an appealing idea. Yes, of course. But really, my biggest issue is with the actual performance aspect of the festival. Well, like I said, I know it's a scary thought, performing in front of a bunch of strangers. But trust me when I say I have full faith in you, in all of you. Your poems are amazing, guys. I just know people will love them. It's almost criminal not to show them off. So, what do you think, guys? For me? For us?
Ugh, fine. I still don't think it's a good idea, but fine. I'll do it. Just stop guilt-tripping us.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri?
Yuri nervously glances at each of our expectant faces.
But, Monica, what if people start, being inconsiderate and disturb us or laugh?
You have me! I will shoot them in the face with my BB gun! I'm not surprised Yuri is worried about this.
Oh, don't you worry. If anyone steps out of line, I'll put...
I 100% believe her when she says this. Getting flashbacks. She has a stern glint in her eye, and I have to repress a shiver. I'm glad she's... You are with us, right? Oh, God.
Yuri looks somewhat relieved, but it's clear she's still worried. She swallows and nods. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I?
I shake my head.
Okay. I'll do it.
Yay! That's everyone! You are the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I know you'll do great, Yuri. Just trust me. But anyway, let's move back onto the main event. While we have time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other.
Yuri and Natsuki exchange uneasy glances, but don't say anything.
Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook, searching for a specific poem. Ah, here we are. The title of this poem is The Way We Fly.
Oh, The Way They Fly. I can't even fucking read anymore.
Ahem.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Her eyes move across the page and sync with her lips. Every word has the perfect amount of emotion put behind it, making the poem almost come to life. Her inflection is extraordinary. I'm impressed, and judged by the quick glance around me, so is everyone else. Shiori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. And even Natsuki once... Hello, Dom. Even Natsuki's once sour attitude was replaced by awe. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I want to get this day done with and over with. Done day and done and over with. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica!
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Shiori?
Yep! Shiori jumps up from her chair and takes Monica's place at the front of the room. This poem is called, How did you do it so easily, Monica?
Well, try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way.
Oh, I think I get it. Shiori nods to herself. Anyway, this poem's called My Meadow. Shiori begins reciting her poem. Seems to except her soft voice is a perfect match. As for the poem itself, it's a similar tone when compared to the other ones. It's peaceful, yet somber at the same time. Bittersweet, you could call it. Not now, Don! Hearing the poem in Shiori's voice almost gives it an entirely new meaning. I think this is what Shiori means when she says she likes my poems. It's like seeing a whole new side of someone you thought you knew completely. Shiori finishes, and we all applaud. I did it!
Yep, good job.
Shiori beams as she walks back to her seat.
So, who would like to go next?
Natsuki and Yuri and I look at each other nervously. I open my mouth, but Yuri beats me to the punch.
I'll go. Nice. Thanks for showing initiative, Yuri. Yes.
Yuri rushes over the podium, clutching a sheet of paper in her hands.
This poem is called...
Yuri freezes as she looks up at us.
You can do it, Yuri!
It's called...
After image of a crimson eye. That is so fucking metal. Yuri begins to recite her poem. Her voice is shaky at first, but the more she reads, the more confident she becomes. It's similar to what happens when she gets absorbed in her books. The shy, apprehensive Yuri I'm used to is replaced by a fierce and confident woman. The poem itself is like a maze in its structure, with twists and turns every line. But Yuri's unfazed and enunciates each word with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Mom Spaghetti! And glances around her, as if she was bewildered even herself. Monica's the first to start applauding. Sheepishly, I follow along, and soon the clubroom is filled with the sounds of applause. Yuri ducks her head in embarrassment, a shy smile creeping over her face.
Yuri, that was really good. Like I said, you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you for sharing. Thanks.
Guess Yuri's done for the day.
So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki?
Why should I go before Ryan? It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Ryan lower everyone's standards before I go.
Natsuki?
Monica hastens to chastise her, shooting me a sympathizing look.
That was kind of rude, don't you think? You should apologize to Ryan.
I'm fucking used to it from people. Natsuki's face turns red as the girls all turn to look at her. I decide to spare Natsuki from the embarrassment. Hey, it's really no big deal. I'll end up going at some point anyway. Might as well do it now. Thing is, I don't have much of a selection to choose from. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. So you see that, Natsuki? You're gonna get to see my poem regardless. Ha ha! I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Take a deep breath. In my head, I repeat myself the advice Monica gave to Sayori. Try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. Alone. My house is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of being alone. The scene rapidly develops in my head, like I'm recalling a recent memory. Ellipses. I'm sitting alone at my desk. The dim light hanging from the ceiling gives a warmth to the room. In front of me is a poem I had just finished, the ink from my pen still fresh on the page. I pick up the notebook and begin reciting it out loud. While I'm not the most confident in it, I still try to put energy into it. I can almost hear my voice echoing off my bedroom walls. Ellipses. As I finish, the sound of applause pulls me out of my daydream. I'm back in the clubroom, standing at the podium while the girls politely applaud my performance.
That was good, Ryan.
I guess.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I don't think it's your writing abilities, but rather your lack of confidence that weighs you down. That's something that'll improve over time, though, so don't worry.
Yeah, okay. Arigato.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah, I'm going. As she says this, Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Stop looking at me!
But you're presenting!
You don't have to stare straight into my soul, though. She takes a moment to compose herself. Anyway, the poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. While her voice is unenthusiastic, the poem has a surprising amount of energy to it. The rhymes tie into each other seamlessly, creating a flow that moves the poem along at a brisk pace. The words seem to bounce up and down with a rhythm, seemingly making the poem come to life. It's Natsuki's signature style, and it works exceptionally well when read out loud. She quickly finishes and huffs as she makes her way back to her seat, while we applaud her.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
She stares at her poem blankly for a second before replying. Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. You're gonna have to do that again for the festival.
Well, that's what we're going to be doing at the festival, so do you at least feel confident enough to do it in front of a crowd?
I guess. Not like there's any other choice. And I guess it'll be easier to do in front of other people. I can just put on whatever face I want with strangers. I don't care about what they think of me. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. But I still hate the idea that we have to perform. She mutters the last sentence under her breath. The others probably didn't even hear it. I knew Nasuke was stubborn, but this is a whole other level. However, it doesn't look like she's going along with the idea of performing for a festival. Well, at least for now, since she's basically outvoted and can't come up with another idea anyway.
Really? That's a surprise. For me, it's the other way around. Having all those people looking at you, judging you. Wow, I don't like to think about it.
I can relate to that.
Yuri murmurs quietly.
The thought of so many eyes observing your every move at all once.
She trails off, shaking her head. Well, that's just how it is, so... Nasuke sighs in frustration.
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. Speaking of which, I want to thank all of you for performing. It might be difficult, but now that we have a general idea of what it'll be like, we'll be able to prepare ourselves. Make sure you pick out a poem and show it to me by tomorrow, okay? I'll need to know, so I can make pamphlets over the weekend.
I should probably find a different poem to recite. I know you prefer if we use our own poetry, but I'm probably going to pick a poem from a poet I like or something.
Whatever makes you comfortable, Ryan. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort into the club.
Low expectations, huh?
More like any effort put into it makes me happy in general.
Monika smiles at me, then turns to smile at everyone else.
That goes for everyone here. Thanks for going along with these last-minute plans. Anyway, I think that about does it for today. Let's still try and write poems for tomorrow, okay? I know the festival's coming up, but it's been working out nicely for the past few days, and I'd like to continue. Tomorrow we'll finalize who's doing what for the festival, and then we'll have the weekend prepare. Remember, we have till Monday.
It'll be so much fun. I can't wait.
We all stand up, packing away our things. However, Monika's voice stops us.
Oh, and guys...
She pauses, twirling a strand of her hair in her hand.
This club truly does mean so much to me, and I really appreciate what you're willing to do for it. You guys are the best.
In typical fashion, Nasuke just rolls her eyes. Yuri smiles timidly, while Shiori wears a hearty smile. Let's just get it over with. I hope we don't regret this.
That's okay, Monika. Nothing to thank us for. We really appreciate what you've made for us.
I can't help but catch Yuri muttering under her breath after she says this.
I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah, I love it here. We'll get to spread this cozy little place to other people.
Yeah, it's all good, Monika. Alright! I stand up and grab my bag. Well, I'm certainly not as enthusiastic as Monika or Shiori about the festival. If I can pull that little daydream stunt again, I think I'll be alright. It's for the sake of the club. Not to mention impressing the girls. Once I'm fully packed, I walk over to Shiori. Ready to go?
Yep!
Jeez, don't you ever get tired of always walking home with Ryan, Shiori? The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Oh, don't mind her. You guys are more adorable than anything.
Alright. No need to make such a big deal of it. She literally lives right next door to me.
It must be a little nice, though.
Do you want to do this in rotation, girls? Because I can do this in rotations.
Yeah, I guess.
Fuck.
Let's just go already, Shiori.
Okay.
The two of us begin to walk home. A lot has changed in the past few days. Lost in thought? I don't even notice how quiet Shiori's been until we're almost back home. There's a lot going on in the club now, eh? I bet you're thinking all about about your new vice president duties that you'll have to deal with when the club grows bigger.
Ellipses. Ah, yeah!
Anything specific on your mind?